Tour Divide, day 22. So I recorded an update late last night as I was making a dash from El Rito to Abiquiu. A lot's happened since then. I pulled into Abiquiu at around 10 p.m. last night, decompressed for a while, and then decided there was nothing for it but to take a run at the bike. So I replaced the rear hanger. Didn't work. Tried adjusting the cable tension, and of course it slipped through my fingers and made things worse. I worked on it until about 12:30 last night, then gave up. Decided to start again in the morning. Had a shower, was in bed at around 1:15. Alarm went off at 4:30, so a little over 3 hours of sleep. Packed up my stuff, managed to secure a set of pliers for the cable tension. Hello, hi. Hey, hey, back, go, back, go. Off you go. Go on. Hey, go. And that's my first experience being chased by a pack of dogs on this trip. Happily, the advice I got, stop the bike, get off the bike, use the bike as a barrier, and speak to them as though you're the boss, worked. Anyhow, so I managed to get hold of a set of pliers, adjusted things. I now have access to my climbing gears, not to my faster gears, which is a problem I'll take. Rolled out from the hotel a little after 6:30. Because I was so late starting, I was able to actually visit the grocery store at the gas station, which opened at 6:30. Resupplied, bought myself a set of pliers there, and now I'm on the road. Immediately after the gas station, GPS informed me that I had a 10-kilometer category 2 climb. I have never been so happy to have gears. This is going to be a tough day. I've seen reports that this is perhaps the toughest day on the tour, so I'm setting my expectations low. As long as I can make it over this mountain to the next town of Cuba, I'm taking that as a win. It'll be my shortest day by far. I would like to go further, but this is the last official mountain pass of the tour. So I've heard it's brutal. I don't think it'll be fun. You're probably going to get some grumpy content from me, but let's get it done. So it's 8:15. I've climbed about 9 kilometers of distance, about 1,000 feet of elevation. So far, this is really slow going. It rained overnight. The trail is drying out a bit now. It's still very soft and sapping all the energy. But good news is gears are working great, at least on the climbing end. Haven't had to walk anywhere yet. Stopped a bunch of times, eating lots of food, drinking lots of liquid, although I should drink more. For now, at least, after the rain, there have been a few rivers, but I've got no capacity to fill up, so I'm hoping that the rivers will continue later in the day, because I've heard it's pretty slim pickings. But so far so good. It's leveled out for a little bit on this kind of plateau. and then the climbing is going to begin again in a moment. Nearly ran over this guy. These clouds don't look good, especially given the ruts I saw in the road from earlier when riders had to go through here when it was wet. This is slow going. Sand and then these giant rocks. No smooth riding at all. Here comes more rain. My legs are absolute jelly. 3.5 hours sleep, definitely not enough recovery. But I'm just a few kilometers from the top, 8 kilometers of the last big mountain pass of the Tour Divide. So while every bit of me is hollow, that's the motivation I need to just push and push and push until I get there. Sand and mud is just becoming a sponge under all this water. Very hard to move forward. But I'm still moving forward. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Hi friends. Hello. We're gonna have a stare down. Beep beep. Excuse me. There's no sign here to mark it, but I've just reached the top of Mining Mountain. It's 20 to 3. I left the hotel at 6:30. Oh, what a climb, what a morning, what an afternoon. But I made it. It's not the end of the climbing for the day. But this is the last official mountain pass of the Tour Divide route. And I made it. Now, about another 80 kilometers to the town of Cuba, which is the next town with any kind of services. But it's more downhill than uphill from here out. Whew! So, I'm at the top of second of two additional smaller climbs following Mining Mountain. Hopefully this begins a fairly long descent now. Climbs weren't too bad, 3 kilometers and then about 2 kilometers. But after that push to the top of Mining Mountain, legs were pretty wobbly, so it took a little while, but job done. Now, this rain could stop. At least it's not hot, which I was warned about. Not at all hot. bit faster than the climb, but far from a really fast descent. Thick gravel here, which is made even harder to ride by the rain. Mostly riding in the water, because that's where the gravel seems to be thinnest. If it's straight into the thick gravel, all your traction immediately disappears. See a few points here where other riders have made little blips out of it, then inevitably seem to drop back into the water. Nothing about today is easy. Well, the rain stopped, and look at that view. I am in the middle of nowhere. Still got maybe 25-30 kilometers to go to get to the town of Cuba. Have a motel room booked there. It's a 24-hour gas station where I should be able to get some food. That's the plan for tonight. Short day distance wise, big day effort wise.